Hello and good evening to everyone here in our live stream. Thank you for joining us tonight on our fifth session of Students Tanya Alumni Jawab. We hope that everyone here is doing well and safe. I'm Ijaz.
And I'm Althea, and we're your moderators for tonight.
Okay, here's a bit of an introduction about this talk session. This talk session is an initiative by our Faculty of Creative Multimedia, FCM, to let our alumni to share their stories about their journey, career prospects, campus life, knowledge, and the skills that they obtained during their study period in MMU. Not only that, but it's also to let you, our viewers, to get to know about Multimedia University even better.
So here we are tonight with the theme Inspiring Women Entrepreneurs. We bring you our beautiful, strong, and inspiring alumni, Miss Ain Nurina, Bachelor in Multimedia Advertising Design, Class of 2018, and Miss Puteri Sabrina, Bachelor of Multimedia in Animation and Visual Effects, also from the Class of 2018. Welcome and thank you for coming to our talk session. All right, so we do like for our guests to give a brief introduction about themselves. Okay, we would like Miss Ain to start first, and we'll hear from Miss Sabrina next. Great to have you. All right, so the first question, what made you decide to join FCM in MMU out of the many options available out there? Maybe we can hear from Miss Sabrina first this time.
Oh wow. Hi. Hello. Sorry. Hi. Hi. My name is Sabrina from Poggo Animation, alumni, year 2018. So the question is, what was that?
The question is, what made you decide to join FCM in MMU out of the many options available out there?
Oh, I see. Okay, so let's tackle why do I choose FCM among all other courses. So first things first, let's just say I hate science, I hate maths, so that pretty much eliminates lots of options. So we have arts, right? So I've always known that since I was young, I love storytelling. So I like storytelling in every form. Performance on stage, or even animations and things like that. So at that moment, I thought of, because I'm also into voice acting, right? So I was thinking like, how do I go into voice acting? I have no idea. So maybe I should learn animation, come out of the university, make my own company, make my own animation, and voice it. That sounds like a big plan. So next step, where exactly should I start this plan? So back then, rumor has it that MMU produces like successful alumni that makes like really famous shows in Malaysia. So, boy, Agent Ali, right. So pay me. No, just kidding. But yeah. So that's why my heart says like I should join MMU, because to achieve my dreams, MMU will be where I should start. So yeah, that's how I choose. That's my story, how I choose MMU FCM.
That's a great answer. Okay, let's hear from Miss Ain now.
Okay, so what made me choose MMU, FCM specifically in the first place, is quite a journey actually, because to be honest, in the first place, I was supposed to be an FOM student. I was supposed to be a management student instead of FCM, because I was in between whether should I take business course, business career path, or should I stick with my passion, creative multimedia and anything related to design and everything. And one of the reasons why I chose FCM specifically is because I did some research on the subjects that they provide and what MMU offers to the students that is taking FCM. I find that all the subjects are very industry driven. So I think that's what I'm looking for. And that's why I said to myself, I think FCM is the right decision for me, because like I said, I was in between taking FOM and FCM. FOM is my course. So I remember talking to one of the dean. I remember meeting him and he said, what are you truly passionate about? What are you truly passionate about? So I said, I like doing creative things. And then he said, why do you consider management? Because I like doing business. And then he said, okay, are you currently doing business right now? I said, yes, I am currently doing business. So he said, why should you take a management course just to start a business when you're actually doing a business at the moment? So that's when I know, okay, maybe I have to go for my passion. And I remember Dr. Ken saying to me, he said, right now, maybe your talent or your passion for creativity or design is this level, and maybe after you go into FCM, you might be the master of this field because you're passionate about it. So that is one of the reasons why I chose FCM in MMU out of other options that is available out there. So yeah, that's from me.
Those were both really great answers. So, like from just hearing those stories, I think we'll all want to know, like, what were your guys' favorite subjects or lecturers or some stories from when you were in MMU? I think we can maybe start with Miss Ain first this time.
Okay, for me, my favorite subject would definitely be my degree course subject, our main subject, which is advertising design, which is my majoring in advertising design. Why I like advertising design specifically? Because like I said, I'm really into the business packaging, how people do campaigns of products out there that you see. So I'm always passionate about that. And when I know MMU offers, FCM specifically offers advertising design, I was really intrigued. And that was the best 4 years of my life studying advertising design, because I can literally apply what I learned while doing a business. Because for information, those who are familiar with Cases by WF, which is my brand, I've started it since I was foundation year. And literally the subject advertising design really helped me apply directly what I learned in class, and also then I apply it directly into my brand Cases by WF. I learned how to do branding. I learned how to do campaign videos. I learned how to do research on designs, on products. So I would say that is my favorite subject out of all the subjects. I love all, but my favorite is basically advertising design. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think even me and Ijas can really relate to that as advertising students, right? I think we want to see a bit of insight from Miss Puteri now, because we're not in animation. So what's that like?
We're curious about it.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, I don't remember. It has been years. If you were to ask me specifically what subject and who is the lecturer that you like, I don't know. Everything is a blur. But I do remember the moments. So one of it is, I'm pretty sure, I don't know about nowadays, but back then we have this lecturer called Cik Mat, and he's very famous. Serious face. I don't know whether you guys know him, but he is our photography
lecturer.
Yeah. He taught us too, yeah.
Really? Okay, cool.
He really did, yeah.
Cool. But yeah, so he's famous for being strict and all, really strict, but it's all for own good. And besides, it's not that I'm okay with him, but I like what he teaches, because he don't just teach technical stuff. On his first day, he gave us this talk, and this line just stuck on me until now. He just said, "Do not settle with okay lah." Means if you look at your artwork and you say okay lah tu, no, don't. The moment you say okay lah tu, it means you gotta put in more work, So I have been following that advice until now, really. So whatever I produce, whenever I say okay lah tu, tak payah lah, malas lah, then I just stop. No, it's not okay. You have to continue. You have to give your all, as long as you still have time. Before deadline, give your all. So yeah, that's why I like Cik Mat, I guess, and that class. I try lots of other classes too, but I'm not sure what they are. Yeah.
All right. So those were some very interesting stories from the both of you. So to FCM new or students to be, as you can see, we have a lot of cool lecturers that teach interesting subjects here in MMU. And if you're thinking of joining us, then please do.
Yes.
Yeah, please join us.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the next question, can you guys tell us like what are the experiences or like the memories that are worth your stay in MMU back then? Maybe we can start with Miss Ain first.
Okay, so the best memory that I had, that made it worth staying in MMU was definitely being with my friends, my group mates, my close friends. I think they're here in this group. Hi, guys. So, being with them is, I would say one of the best memories that I had because especially this one memory where we had to do like we have like a business class. I think there was this one subject where we had to sell something, and then I literally took my own product as the assignment project. So I remember we had so much fun, doing funding and then selling the cases, the products at MMU, and we even like open up booth inside the campus and everything. To me was the best memory because number one, I get to experience, selling my products and building my brand just in the campus itself in MMU Cyber. And at the same time, I get to, be with my friends. And then I remember actual target was the around like 5K-ish for the sales. And then we ended up like gaining around like 10K-ish. So it's way beyond our target for the assignment. So it's fun and you gain a lot of experience as well. Because for me personally, like I'm all about, building my brand. And then while I'm studying at MMU, and doing the course that I love and I can relate to with my business. So I think that's one of the best memory that I had. So I think that made it with my stay in MMU all this while. Yeah, that's from my side.
Wow. That's interesting. Okay, we have heard from Miss Ain. How about Miss Sabrina? What are like your past experience that worth your stay in MMU back then?
That's a lot because being in FCM is crazy because we don't do normal things. We go to class wearing our pajamas. Anyways. Anyway.
We could relate with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
One thing I really, really love about FCM is our interaction with the lecturers. We're like friends, but at the same time, we still respect them, but we're close to them. Like, like we can like go to his room, like, sir, I have a problem. That he will like actually help you, but he won't actually spoon feed you. But yeah. So I love the interaction we have with the lecturers, and also that just remind me, we have this one class called video production where we have to make a documentary. Well, we have to either make a documentary or a music video, and I remember Ain's music video was the bomb. But ours, we decided to choose video production. We decided to choose documentary because we're scared. So that was crazy. That was like my first time having to drive like really far. We went to the backstage of like, I think it was Raja Lawa or something. We just like, we have to take a photo. It's something that I don't know. If I don't join FCM, I wouldn't have that experience to look back upon. And you would think like, what does this have to do with animation? It does have a lot. Maybe not directly, but it does. So that's the beauty of MMU. They just teach you like everything that you might not think that has to do with your whatever you want to do, but actually it does.
Mm-hmm. They really like just throw you into situations that you wouldn't expect to have like be in, which is great.
Yeah. Talking about video production, we learned that too back then. It was so fun.
Yeah, it was a really fun subject, so we can really relate to like what you said.
It was Mr. Norman's, our lecturer.
Yeah, it was Mr. Norman.
Yes. I think it's the same.
Okay, for the next question. All right, can you share with us like your favorite subjects or lecturers or previous stories when you guys were studying back then in MMU?
Wait, we asked that already.
Sir.
What?
No, I mean, oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Also, we would like to know about your opinion on like how to be an MMU graduate. Like, if it's prepares you to be a better and successful person in your career?
Okay.
You can start with Miss Sabrina first, I guess. Like your opinion towards how being an MMU graduates.
Okay, one beautiful thing about being an MMU, I mean, studying in MMU, as at least from FCM, because we're both from FCM, yeah, it's like, yeah, they teach us everything that we know, like the foundation, the basic stuff, in technical wise, they just brush upon that. They don't really drill you until you're like the best of the best, because you can never be the best of the best, and also because the industry keeps on changing. So they just give you enough for you to go out there. But that's not a bad thing, you know. I mean, at first I'm like, why didn't you teach me stuff? Now I'm stupid in class, you know. But actually they have a reason for doing that. So I'm glad they do that, because they, rather than spending time for animation, I am talking for animation only. Instead of spending time on teaching us all the technical stuff, they spend more time training our critical and analytical skills, which makes us who we are. In a way, they don't just train us to be employees. They also train us to be employers. So that's something that, wow, MMU, you're amazing for doing that. And when I asked, because I work with Giggle before, and I did ask like the HR, like, oh, what makes you like what do you think of MMU graduates? And they're like, oh yeah, they're good at adapting. Like their analytical skill, they adapt pretty well. Like if we give new tasks, they don't panic. They it's like, because we're trained to do that in class already. So pretty much when the employers gave you
Try to adapt.
a new task, you're like, you
Yeah.
adjust pretty quickly. So that's one of the things that makes MMU produce successful graduates such as us. Other than that, like what I mentioned before about Cik Mat, about do not settle for okay lah. Most MMU graduates are
Okay lah.
overachievers. Like they're not okay lah.
Perfectionist.
they will try. They can either be
We strive for
perfectionists or they just
perfection
want to be
too.
super creative. Yeah. Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah.
That's true.
And also from the industry, this is like from the industry, they don't between someone who's very good at one thing and someone who's okay at a few things, they prefer that person who's okay at few things. And MMU teaches lots of things, so we just end up graduating being okay at lots of things. So yeah, that's all for me. I'm sorry.
That's very true.
Take it away, Ain.
Okay, how about Miss Ain?
Ain, come on, take the stage.
Miss
Oh.
Ain?
I think she's
Okay,
a bit laggy
in my opinion,
Okay.
you know,
Oh, shoot.
how big and
Oh, shoot.
sorry, to me,
You're lagging a bit.
Oh, like, hello.
You're breaking up a bit. Yeah.
Hello.
Oh
Okay.
no. Oh no.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Testing.
Oh.
Testing.
All right.
2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Testing.
We can still hear you, but
Yeah, we can't see you that well.
we can't see you.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Getting better.
Well, I guess yeah, maybe we can save that for later, maybe before our session ends. So thank you so much. That's interesting. We hope that we can also go to be experienced such thing in MMU, graduates and become a successful Permata Dunia, like the MMU tagline, Permata Dunia. So Thank you
Hello?
so much for the guests
Hello?
for sharing their.
Testing, 1,
Oh,
2, 3.
she's back. Oh, she's back.
You're stuck.
Testing. I'm so sorry. I don't know apa jadi. Clear tak? Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Ah,
I'm
Okay,
sorry.
sure.
okay, sure.
Okay tak? Now
Alright.
stable tak?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yep.
Alright. Okay, so I sambung.
Okay,
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Alright, so the question just now, how being an MMU graduate better prepares you to be a successful person in your career? For me, I would say, yes, they definitely prepare you to be, successful in your career, whether you tend to work with someone or you're working on your own business. Sorry. Hello, testing, 1, 2, 3.
It works.
Yeah,
Yep, you're good. You're good.
you're all
kan?
clear now.
Mhm.
Alright, I takut dia ni tadi. Alright, so I think memang MMU really prepares you postgraduate. Memang dia akan prepare you to be someone who is independent, whether you want to start your own business or you might be working for someone. Because I really like how diverse the courses that MMU buat, especially in FCM, because you're not only learning about graphic design, because a lot of stigma yang orang selalu tanya, oh, what do you learn in creative multimedia? Do you learn only design? I would say no, we learn a lot, apart from graphic design. Yes, you learn about advertising design, you learn about video production, you learn about e-marketing. So, and then you learn about, media law. It helps you to prepare in the industry to be someone in the industry so that you are more prepared, to face the real world. So that's what I like about being an MMU graduate, because like I said, MMU really focus on, industry-driven kind of courses. So that's what makes MMU different from other universities, because
Oh,
Oh,
She
all
left.
right.
hello?
Okay, she's back.
Ayo, I tak tahu lah. Dia ni lagi dah tadi like.
Oh, you suddenly left the group.
Oh my
Suddenly.
God.
Okay, you're back.
okay.
I
Okay,
start sampai mana tadi? Banyak gila
think-
cakap tadi.
I think it's better for us to save that for later.
Alright, okay.
We're gonna have a short break after this. Thank you so
Alright,
much
boleh,
for our
boleh.
guests. For
No
sharing
problem.
your MMU stories with us. Take a breath and relax for a while, and maybe prepare your questions or anything down below for our panelists. We'll be back
Alright.
after a short commercial break. All right, you are back with us in Students Tanya Alumni Jawab, inspiring women entrepreneurs. It's the theme for this week where we brought together Miss Ain and
Hello.
Miss Ain from Wallflower Sendirian Berhad and Miss Sabrina of Poggo Animation.
Hi.
Hello.
All right, so next we'll be continuing with questions for both of you related to your career as entrepreneurs. So first question is, how did you start the company? So maybe let's start with Miss Puteri first.
Oh, great. All right. So we start our company. We start a company during our final year. Actually, our company, as in like our product, Poggo Cat, is from our final year project, final animation to be precise. And while we're presenting our final year project and such, apparently that attracted the attention of this MMU entrepreneurial team called EDC, Entrepreneurial Development Center. Yeah, it's where they help people to reach their entrepreneur dreams. Yeah, as a student in MMU. So how it all started is there we were, four of us, bunch of teammates. We don't know what's coming. All we know is we want to finish our final year project. And then suddenly we got called by our lecturer, and she's like, "Ladies, are you interested in opening a company? Because I see you have potential." And we're like, huh? You know, like, what? I want to sleep. But she did tell us like, oh, you know, you have this potential. This is what you'll get. We will help you. This and that. This and that. So we were like, huh? It seems like this is an opportunity that not anyone can get. Like, wow, someone is backing us up. All we need to do is just put our hearts into it, and hey, maybe we can do something. Besides, all of us really wanted to make our own shows, right? So this is like a few steps forward to our dreams. So yeah, so we're like, okay, we'll join your program for like a year. So for a year, they train us and stuff. And after we graduate, we open our company called Poggo Animation Sendirian Berhad. But we're not alone, because apart from them helping us with training and grants and stuff, they also gave us a mentor, which is Johaida Jermin, which is also the CEO of Giggle Garage, which is also MMU's alumni. So
We're seeing a pattern.
yeah. So she became our mentor and now our partner. So yeah, that's how Poggo Animation was born, from a final year project by four little girls who have no idea what's coming.
Yeah, all right. So as we can see, it all starts from MMU, right?
Yes.
All
Yes, that's
right.
true.
So let's hear from Miss Ain now.
Okay, hi. So how did I start my company? So basically, this whole business, of selling phone cases. Some of you, like I said, if some of you might have heard about on the brand Cases by WF. So that's the brand that I founded since I was 19 years old. I was doing foundation that time. So at that time, I was just doing, I was actually the sole reason of starting the business, the company, was because I wanted to cari duit lebih, orang kata, side income thing. And then I tried to think of some things, what could I sell? And then knowing, being a graphic design student, advertising design student, I know I could create something or design something and sell it and make money. And that's when I figured, what should I sell? I asked myself, what should I sell? What should I sell? And then there was this one time, back then I was an Android user. I was using Samsung. And the problem that I faced as a Samsung user is that it's so hard to find a phone case for your Samsung phone. So any Android users can definitely relate to this. It's super hard to find a decent, nice phone case for Androids. So that's when, and like I said, at that time I was trying to figure out a product to sell to find some side income. Mm-hmm. And that was the time, something popped inside my mind and said, okay, why not? If it's so hard to find a decent Android phone case, why not I started my own brand and sell phone cases with my own designs? Because I know I have the I have the skills in graphic design and I like to do digital illustrations on my iPad and everything. So that was when the idea came to me. So it started with a problem because I was once Android user in tersakiti, as they say. So that problem became a business idea, and that was how Cases by WF was born. So, like I said, I was 19. The sole reason was to find some side income, and then and backed up with my love for design, my passion for design, it somehow emerged into this one business model that is somehow made it till this year. And Alhamdulillah, I finally made this company and started this company called Wallflower Berhad. And that's how, I started the company lah, from a simple problem. And I found a solution. That's how I started the company lah.
All right. Those were both like great stories from you guys. So this next question is actually for Miss Sabrina. And the question is, when your team started, were there any challenges that you guys did not expect to encounter? And how did you face them, especially as young women trying to break into the creative scene?
I see. So, okay. One thing that we don't, because we thought like whatever we learn in MMU is enough to start a company, it's not. We had to like really step out of our comfort zone. Like me, back in university, talking, presenting is something that I'm very afraid of. Look at me now.
Character growth.
Character growth, yeah. So, well, MMU did train us to talk because they constantly ask us to like present in front of the class, and I'll be like, that kind of thing.
Nervous breakdown.
Yeah, but when you are in a company, you can't do that because you're mature, yeah. So, well, yeah. First, we have to do lots of things that we don't want to do, like lots of things that we're not comfortable in doing, such as like the first things I did was fresh out of graduation, we worked on Poggo Cat teaser, and then we were chosen to go to Korea, right? Mm-hmm. So we're chosen to go to Korea, and I had to pitch in front of like a hall full of people, foreigners, like broadcaster, Netflix, Cartoon Network, Disney. Oh my gosh. So that's one, but I gotta do it. There, AES in Korea, 2018. You're right. So that's mine. But other than that, we also have to suddenly learn about business, like finance and stuff, which we don't really like. But we gotta learn those. We want to open our own company, right? We don't want to go get bankrupt and all. So yeah, we gotta learn finance. We gotta learn like pitching in front of people is different when talking to your like one-to-one with a broadcaster. With a broadcaster, you gotta find your way with words so that they can trust you with their money. So,
yes, that's true.
Yeah, that is also something that's really new for us, and we're like, whoa, okay, that's cool. That's really cool. And another challenge that we have is, it's not because we're all women. There's no discrimination against women, because when they say like, wow, girl power, they actually support us. The only thing that kind of stops them is because of how young we look. I mean, you're about to give like $1,000 to a bunch of kids. Mm-hmm. So it's really hard to get your first deal because, one, you're fresh, you don't really have portfolio, as in like you don't work on other people's animation because none of them trust us yet. So what we can do is we worked on Poggo Cat, and that's the only thing we keep on showing to them. And once we show them Poggo Cat, they're like really amazed. They're like, wow, you guys did this? Yeah. And that's when they start to like gain a little bit trust in us. And also our mentor Edie, as in Johaida, also known as Edie, she also helps helps explaining to them how we are actually quite trustworthy. We can do things. Don't worry, even though they're young, they can do it. Yeah. So that's, I guess those are a few challenges that we face as a new company.
Right. So I think next we want to hear from Miss Ain on what inspired and motivated you to keep up with the business, even though there was a lot of hustle. Is there any like specific milestone that became a turning point in your career that you can think of?
I see. Okay. So basically, what inspired me and motivated me, along the way when starting this business, especially when I was like 19, when I started Cases by WF, back then, was number one is, like I said, the whole reason, the whole point of starting the business in the first place was because I want to find, a side income for myself. And then it's starting to work out because I finally found like a huge gap in the market to sell phone cases with my own designs. And then somehow it turned into something that, because along the way, I remembered like people were questioning my choice because I remember during the early days, I start to see growth in the business, and I said to my people, the people around me, I said, I want to do this seriously. I want to do this business and take this business seriously. And one day I want to grow the brand and make it internationally, or maybe, work known by the world one day. I have big dreams back then. I remember people were saying like, are you sure you want to sell phone case for a living? That kind of judgmental people questioning my choice, saying like, are you sure you boleh survive jual phone case? And benda tu somehow, those questions yang membuatkan I rasa macam, I think that was the point that, somehow motivated me to keep on going and build a brand into something, which Alhamdulillah, until today, we managed to survive for like 7 years now in the making. And in terms of like a milestone or like a turning point in my career in running this business was when I managed to score a collaboration with one of my idols, Yuna. So Cases by WF, we collaborated with Yuna last year, and we did a lot of collaborations since then with Tea Life, with Kala Kisha, with a lot of local brands, with a lot of influencers. So somehow those little milestones that I've achieved is like, a turning point, saying that, oh, Ain, you did the right choice. You went with your passion, and you manage to ignore what people say around you and just keep going and do the things that you love and you're passionate about. And somehow it pays. And Alhamdulillah, we managed to survive. Although during the pandemic, people would say it might disrupt the economic, people are not buying things. But Alhamdulillah, we managed to survive until this year. And, I hope the future holds, more opportunities for my brand and me as well. And I think that was inspiration and the motivation. Basically, the people around me was my motivation, and they inspired me to just keep on going despite whatever people are saying about my decision. Yeah.
Right, that was a great story. I really felt the thing you were saying about judgment. I think it's like really important to
That's true.
Use it to your advantage. I feel like a lot of people think of it as a disadvantage, whereas you made it like a boost for like your career, and that's like really inspiring in a way.
Because for me, I
Okay,
think
so-
it's how you accept the judgment. How do you move from that? Do you take it personally, or you make a change and do something about it? So
That's so true.
what I did. True.
All right, so Poggo Animation, as we all know, is an all-ladies company. So how do you all manage to stay strong together and create a conducive environment as a unit?
Well, first things first, what's important is because we're 4 different people, what's important is we have to have the same goal. To stick together, we have to have the same goal. We had the same goal even way back we were doing our final year project, which is to finish it. But not with okay lah, It's finish it, but okay, but slightly more than okay, yeah. So opening a company, before we opened a company, we actually had like a talk, like together, like, okay, what do you want from this company? And turns out we have the same goal. So that's, no matter what happened, as long as we have the same goal, we will stick together, we will push through. Yes, that is true. It is very difficult at times because we tend to, because running a company is really complicated, very difficult, right? So that's why we have each other. Like funny how we do break down, but we don't break down together. We just take turns. So it's like, okay, this is you. Okay, you break down first. Okay, cool. And then next thing is you. Probably because each of us are taking care of our own department. So when our own department is be like really tight, really tough, we'll start like, oh my gosh, it's so tiring, and then the other two will be like, okay, it's okay, you can do this, Sabrina. We can support each other, right? Like, yeah, I guess that's one good thing, because we're not in the same department. So yeah.
Uh-huh.
Other than that, actually, it's just moral support. Also, ED gives us like tons of moral support. Like whenever we start doubting ourselves, like especially we have this thing called imposter syndrome, because people look up to us for some reason, and we're like, no, we're not that cool. Yeah, but ED will like, no, you shouldn't like downgrade yourself like that. Like she'll tell us stories that like inspire us. Other than that, we will also like watch videos of like Disney behind the scenes. They always sound super inspiring, so that kind of motivates us to work harder. Because I'm not gonna lie, at times we just stop and be like, what are we doing? It's not working out, you know. So we start watching other people being inspiring, then we'll get inspired as well. So that's how we get through that.
Okay, that was a great answer from you too, Miss Puteri. All right, so one last question before the break for Miss Ain. We're very curious about this. Is there any discrimination against female entrepreneurs in the business field? If yes, how did you handle such issues?
Discrimination. Okay, I would say, we're in 2021, I would say people are quite, they do accept female in the business industry. They do accept as well. No discrimination, but I have to say there was this one experience during the early days, especially when I first started, when I was only 19. I wouldn't say, maybe, I'm not sure if I was a female, or I don't look, people tend to not take me seriously back then when I was 19, maybe because I was not that confident, dealing with suppliers and everything, especially with suppliers. Because I remember during the early days of cases of IWF, I was, doing research for suppliers. I was doing research about, products, and I had to like contact suppliers directly. And I remember them taking me lightly. It was like, who is this, small girl, like macam budak mentah ni datang suddenly nak, buy
Like bossing
something
me
from
around,
you.
kenapa?
Yeah. Especially those big, suppliers, they look down upon you just because of your appearance, or you sound, you look, not gah enough for them maybe. So I faced that. So I was really stressed lah, because I said, I want to do business, and the way people are treating me, accept me as one of their clients, is not that friendly. And that was, like I said, it was, to me, I take it as like a learning experience. Okay, maybe I have to work on my, how I bring myself out there, how I portray myself out there. Maybe I have to, stand more firmer or more confident in front of people, so that I can deal with, business people, especially in that kind of industry. So that was when, like I said, it depends on how you take it. If you take it personally, it will definitely bring you down, and it would not help you in life. So what you have to do is just deal with the problem, find a solution, and improve yourself. And one of the reason, that's why my company name, if you realize, it's Wallflower's number height. So Wallflower is actually me. The definition of Wallflower. I used to be a wallflower. I used to be super shy, introverted girl, and then somehow doing business helps me and bloom into someone who is more confident with herself due to the surrounding, how people treat me. And like I said, there's always a problem that people might face in life, but how you deal with it will make a difference in that. So to me, how I handle such thing is to reflect myself, maybe what's wrong with me. Maybe I should improve myself instead of bringing yourself down. So that's on my side, how I handle those things.
All right, so I think that what you said really closely relates to this quote from Cheryl Hale that says, brave women are not born in comfort zones, they're made in fire. So I think that really does like relate to what you just said. Yeah,
I like that. I like
women,
that.
Women nowadays are getting stronger and stronger.
Yes.
And they deserve the honor,
Yes,
like
that's true.
just the tea. Okay, so on that note,
Agree on that.
Yeah. Okay. So on that note, thank you so much for your inspiring answers. We've learned so much so far about your journeys after leaving MMU. There is a lot of experience to gain here as long as we take the initiative. So don't go anywhere yet. We'll be right back
Uh-huh.
after the break.
All right.
Wonder how G at MMU, you'll find the answer. Wonder how creative content and online businesses are mastered? At MMU, you'll find the answer. Wonder how cybersecurity and law function? At MMU, you'll find the answer. Find out all these and many more at Multimedia University, because MMU is you, leading the digital future. Visit mmu.edu.my.
Hi, and welcome back. So, if for those who just joined this evening, we're on the 5th episode of Student Tanya Alumni Jawab with our guests, Miss Ain and Miss Sabrina.
Hello.
Hey. Hello.
Okay. So now let's talk about the film, which we all know, Poggo Animation by Miss Sabrina, with their Poggo Cat, and Wallflower Nirian Berhad with their Lucas, or formerly known as Cases by WF, right? Okay, so let's hear from Miss Sabrina first about the competition. How do Poggo deal with competition in the animation industry, and what makes Poggo unique and special?
Oh, so wait, Poggo Cat, right?
Yeah,
Poggo Cat.
Poggo
Okay.
Cat.
Well, okay, here's the thing. One thing about what do you call this? This industry, animation industry. There's no such thing as competition. Like if you go through this industry thinking about, okay, there's so many competitors. They're gonna be better than me. They're gonna be better. No. You can't. You have to enter this industry thinking, I have to make friends because they will help me. Yeah. You don't, when you enter this industry, animation industry, you don't work alone. You really have to network with other people. And
That's true.
yeah. So when you ask about competition, I don't know, because we don't think about competition. We think of, whenever we see someone, we're like, oh my gosh, I need to make him my friend so that we can collaborate together and make like awesome things. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah.
It's more to like enjoying yourself, right?
It's more to like what?
Enjoying yourself.
Enjoying
instead of,
yourself.
instead of in the competition.
Yeah. And it like
True.
you can make it a competition, but why?
Yeah, why? Why would you do that to
Why
yourself?
would you do that? That's
We're
True.
trying to have fun time here.
Yeah.
yeah. You're all of you have the same goal. You just want to tell stories to everyone. Why are you like making it a competition? Like, okay, for example, like, oh, you see someone making a spy show. I want to make a spy show. Why? You can make
Yeah.
other
Yeah, true.
shows.
Yeah.
So that's just about me. Or maybe I have yet to find a competitor. We'll see how it goes.
Good. That's interesting from Miss Sabrina. Okay, for Miss Ain, we are pretty sure that everyone here wanted to know why Cases by WF was rebranded to Lucas, and also what is the future plan for Wallflower? Anything you have like in store to surprise your fans?
I see. Okay. So I've been receiving these questions since we rebranded the announcement because I haven't told anyone. So it was
Oh, we're the first to
out of
hear.
nowhere. Yeah, during the announcement, no one knew about it. Yeah. So one of the major reasons why I rebranded, because I went to a lot of branding classes. Talking about how to make a memorable brand name, how to build a strong brand, and I started to like take a step back and just look at Cases by WF's journey for the past 7 years. And then I just wanted to reflect and see, what is our brand vision at the moment after 7 years in the making. Do we still stand the same as what we are since the first day, or have we evolved into something bigger than just, selling phone cases for Androids or those kind of things? And then that's when I realized, I think, I have to set a new path for the brand, because at the moment we are we see ourselves, we pride ourselves as designers and makers of stylish tech accessories, and the brand, the core of the brand has always been about self-expression. We want people to be proud of who they are and wear something that represents them on the phone cases. At this point, our products are no longer phone cases, but designs. The phone cases are basically canvases where we sell our designs, our thought process, our creative process. So it's a different path after 7 years. And that's when I said to myself, maybe I need a stronger name, which is shorter, because to pronounce Cases by WF is so long. So it's not really good in long term for a brand because it's too long. And it's going to be a problem in terms of it's not going to be that memorable. So that's why I decided to, find a new fresh name that best represents us. And that's when, Lucas came about. Why Lucas specifically? Just by pronouncing the name, it's Lucas. So it was derived from a Malay word, means draw, Lucas. But the spelling is Loucase. So I just want to, put in some play of words, so that we have something that represents Malaysian, Malay language, Lucas. So if one day we were to be big internationally, people would know, oh, this brand is from Malaysia, because, the word Lucas was derived from the Malay word. So I want something that represents a bit of the founder, myself. And then I want to put the essence of the brand, which is, we've always been about self-expression, about, drawing, appreciating art. And the brand has always, if looking back at the past history of Cases by WF, it's always have been me and my iPad. I've always been drawing digitally. It's always me drawing. So the action of drawing, it signifies the essence of the brand itself. So that's why I decided to rebrand at this time, because I think it's the right time for us. Because in the future, this coming end of the year, inshallah, we might have something in store, but I can't tell right now. So
We love surprises.
We love
We
spoilers.
love surprises.
So if you want to know what's the surprise, don't forget to follow lucas.official on Instagram, because we're going to announce the big project that we've been working on that relates to the rebranding as well. Because like I said, I want the brand name to be more memorable, shorter, and can make an impact if we were to enter the international market. Who knows, one day can. So that was the reason lah. So
Inshallah.
I hope that clears, because people were curious lah why I rebrand, because it's really hard to build a brand, kan, and then people will
were curious why after 7 years you want to change a new name, because to build a brand is really hard. Nak buat orang ingat a brand name is really hard, but why now? So that's my reasonings lah. So I hope, with Lucas, people can remember us better and understand the core value of the brand and what we are trying to offer to the customers. Yeah. That's all.
Oh, that's interesting from Miss Ain. Okay, for Miss Sabrina.
Yes.
Everyone gets excited like at the sight of the Poggo because the character design is so cute, right? Where do the ideas of Poggo Cat came from?
Oh, well, like I mentioned earlier, Poggo Cat goes way back when we were in final year project. So pretty much we can't change his look.
Dive into pocket-sized paradise and have fun with
A bunch of
regular-
young kids, very raw, like we just want to have fun kind of thing. Like, oh, I like cute things. How about cats? We like cats. Okay, cool, cats. And then there's me like, oh, how about we give him buck teeth because he's a child and I want to show him like he's really mischievous and stuff. Okay, cool. Let's put buck teeth. Back then, we just don't have anything to stop us. Anything goes, Like it's not sad lah, but the moment when we grow up, we tend to hold back. We're like, oh, I want to make this, but then it looks like this guy. Oh, what if it doesn't work? Things like that. But what we like about Poggo Cat is because we created him back when we were free and young. Oh, young! I'm still young.
Yeah.
I'm not that old.
Okay, it's
no.
okay.
But yeah. So basically, the idea of Poggo Cat is like it comes from a really free mind. A mind that just wants to have fun and just wants to be out there. That's all. That's wow. Means a lot to us. Suddenly that when I think back, wow, Poggo really means a lot to me and our team. But yeah. We don't really have like, we're inspired by this show, that show. We're inspired by lots of shows, really.
Okay, that's interesting stories from Miss Sabrina. We love to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. For Miss Ain, we have a
Yes.
question like, where do you get the ideas of the design, like the phone cases, because the design is super cool and looks creative, And while working on the products, have you ever faced problems or encountered any difficulties with the production process, like short of casing supplies during the pandemic?
I see. Okay. So in terms of ideas of the phone case designs that we sell, the ideas normally come like randomly because during the early days, I was the only one. I was the designer. I was the customer service. I was the person who packs the products during the early days. And alhamdulillah, we have like a team of 10 right now. But let's go back to the early days. How I find those ideas is because I'm the type of person who likes to daydream. A creative person, we like to daydream.
That's
Imagining things.
Relatable.
Yeah, so that's how I express my creative thoughts and just do what I think that I like at that time and just design it and go with the flow. And then somehow I try to sell it and people seem to like enjoy and love the products. So I like that process because it doesn't. I don't have a specific brief. It's based on my imagination or what I was inspired by at that time. For example, like I remember last year I came out with this collection called Fearless Collection. It was to celebrate Women's Day. And the concept was, I was heavily inspired by the Netflix show, The Bridgerton. So the Victorian era, So I start to imagine myself being in the Victorian era, the Regency era in Bridgerton, and somehow like something connects, and then I feel like drawing a person or designs that represents that kind of imagination that's in my head. So most of the time, the designs that you see, they are not the same. It's very unexpected. So that's what makes us different, because we don't have a specific style or art style. We like to experiment with new things. Even today, I have 2 designers under me. I try to make them be as freedom as possible. I don't put on brief or anything. Like, you have to be free. Just let your imaginations run wild, and that's how we work at Cases Better at Lucas, because we're all about just expressing ourselves, and we want customers to see that in our brand. Yeah, so that's how I come up with ideas. And in terms of products, have I ever faced any problems in production? Well, of course, in any business, there's always going to be, production problems, internal technical problems. That's the boring stuff that I have to face because I'm the owner. But like I said, after 7 years, I faced a lot of challenges, especially production, especially during the pandemic, COVID-19, where I had to depend on a supplier from China because some of our suppliers are from China. And I remember at that time, we have a shortage of products. But how I deal with it, it helps me, what I learned from that experience, it helped me plan better. So if I were to face this kind of problem, you need to have a backup plan. Maybe you need to order like stocks that is worth for 3 months instead of for 1 month. So those kind of things happen. So what I did is just, go with the flow. You can't really give up on that spot because you've worked so long for where you are right now. It's not worth to give up. I just move on and try to find solution and just keep on going. It's not easy to just stop and break down and not wanting to do anything or with the problems that you face. Just have to go through it and find a solution, suck it up, and just go with the flow. That's how I do personally for me.
All right, cool. That's thank you, Miss Ain, for the inspiring stories. We all maybe can learn from that. All right. Thank you so much to Miss Ain and Miss Sabrina. We can see how strong they are together, right? With their craving to the storm, high and low. Okay, before we proceed to our next break, we have question from Cik Pachomel. For question for both Miss Ain and Miss Sabrina. The question goes: which social media platform that they prefer to promote their products? Like which one gives more exposure, particularly for their brand? Thank you. So yeah.
I see. Okay, so for both, so I can start.
For both. Yeah. Miss Ain can start first.
All right. So personally, for me, the best platform for me in my products, because my target audience is more on millennials and young adults, I would say Instagram and also TikTok. TikTok is one of the best at the moment. It's like top contender of Instagram. Instagram is afraid of TikTok at the moment. So I would say Instagram/TikTok both is as important because if your target audience is especially the young adults or millennials, TikTok and Instagram is the best because they are there. Not Facebook kot. Facebook millennials are not there. So I would say Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, TikTok is the next big thing because they're more on storytelling, more on emotional. So the next social media generation is all about storytelling. So if you can nail that part and capture people's attention through storytelling on TikTok and also Instagram Reels, they call it Reels, you can definitely grab a lot of attention and also potential customers. Yeah. That's all.
From Miss Ain, like TikTok and Instagram, right? For the millennials, young adults. Like especially during this pandemic, like TikTok is the best.
Yes.
That's
TikTok is the best.
You can just scroll for hours on there.
Yeah.
You won't even realize.
Okay. Let's hear from Miss Sabrina. Like which social media platform that you prefer?
Well, if we're talking about Poggo Cat, the show, since our target audience are like a bunch of kids, like really, really young kids, so probably the best social media would be YouTube because, kids, how their parents nowadays, I think on YouTube ni kan. Kids nowadays in their tablets.
Kids in their iPads, right?
Kids in their iPads. Yeah.
They are very tech-savvy babies.
Very tech-savvy now. Exactly. I don't know when they're going to go to TikTok, but if they do, then we got to go TikTok too.
Yes.
But for now, YouTube. I guess YouTube is the best.
True.
If it's social media.
It all depends on your target audience juga lah at the end of the day. So ask yourself who's your target audience and then try to study all the platforms and then go there and conquer that place.
Okay, you guys heard it from Miss Ain. It was TikTok and Instagram, and for Miss Sabrina, it was YouTube, right?
Yes.
So I hope that answers the question from Cik Pachomel. And okay, we have so far listened to the fascinating stories from our guests, from their life in Multimedia University in MMU to their career journey and their field they've chosen to be in. We'll have a break for a while. Don't forget to write down all your questions if you have any. Stay tuned.
Nak tahu kelajuan peranti pintar dalam 5G? Di MMU ada jawapannya. Nak tahu bagaimana kandungan kreatif dan perniagaan atas talian dikuasai? Di MMU ada jawapannya. Nak tahu bagaimana cyber security dan undang-undang berfungsi? Di MMU ada jawapannya. Semua itu dan banyak lagi ada di Multimedia University kerana MMU ialah anda menerajui masa hadapan digital. Layari mmu.edu.my.
Okay, students, Tanya, Alumni, Jawab, we're back. We're so thankful that you're still speaking with us and for being part of this insightful conversation.
All right, so we're coming close to the end of the session tonight, and without further ado, we'd like to invite our guests to give a piece of their wisdom, or in other words, advice. So starting off with, is there any advice that you'd like to give to people that are interested in animation or advertising design but are still doubting?
Okay, all right. So to those of you, especially in advertising, if you're doubting about joining advertising, my advice would be ask yourself, are you passionate about anything related to advertising? Especially like in my case, one of the reasons I chose advertising is because I'm really passionate about and I'm really attracted to beautiful packaging, beautiful campaign, all the campaign shoots that you see brands are doing outside. So if you're passionate about that, then I would highly suggest you to take advertising, because a lot of stigmas that are going around, people say that creative courses are easy. They're not, unless you're passionate. If you're passionate, then I would highly suggest, because people would ask me like, is it easy? It's not about how easy it is, but it depends on how passionate you are. If you're passionate, you can definitely go through and excel in this field even after you graduate. That's from me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, can we hear from Miss Puteri next?
Well, my advice is also the same as Ain, because when you have doubt about joining animation, my first question is, what are you doubting? Is it because is it going to be easy? No, it's not. It's not going to be easy.
True.
So yeah, then again, like Ain said, like passion drives you, like really, because being in animation is really, really, really difficult. Let me just summarize what animation is all about. You give up your life for your character's life. You give up your life to give life to your character. So
It's true.
that's basically what animation is. So when you think about that, do you really want that? Do you still like that? If you do, sure, welcome to animation. If you don't, proceed.
I truly understand like why some people would doubt taking creative courses, because they might be insecure about the career path after graduating. So if you're adopting because of that, because of career-wise, I think, like I said, especially advertising, it prepares you to be independent or working with people. So if, for example, pandemic hits and then it's really hard to get a job or a secure job, you can definitely use all the things that you learn and the courses that MME provides, and it can help you be independent. You can start your own brand because you have that skills that is really, great for, starting something, and it would definitely help you in those trying times. Trust me, from my experience. Yeah.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, that's really true. All right. So finally, celebrating the theme tonight, do you have any advice for the women out there? Any advice about lifestyle, work-life balance, anything?
Okay. Advice for me, general, especially for women or anyone can just take this advice. For me, when you're deciding something or you want to do something, make sure do it because of you and not because of the pressure from the people around you. Because at the end of the day, the person that will face that thing, during the hard times or good times is going to be you. It's not going to be that person who dictates your decision and life making decision and, all the decisions that you make. So it's really important to put you first and make sure, ask yourself, are you doing this because you're happy doing this, or are you doing this because everyone else is doing this? So make sure to really understand yourself first, what you truly want, and only do something when you believe that this is going to bring happiness to me, and ask yourself, are you willing to sacrifice your time, your life for this? If the answer is yes, and you're happy to do that without any doubts, then that is the right decision. That's when you know you're making the right decision. So any decisions that you make in your life, make sure to put yourself first and make sure you are happy, not because of someone else. That's for me. That's my general advice.
That was some good advice. Okay, can we hear from Miss Puteri next?
Well, my advice is more of like, don't be alone. Please have someone to like be with you, because together we're strong. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I know you're strong. I know you want to be independent and all, but you really need someone because it's a tough world out there. At least you don't have to get like a group of people if you don't trust people easily. At least one person, because there will be at times where you start doubting yourself, where you start thinking not correctly. So you need that special someone to motivate you always.
Positive circle.
Positive circle. Because this industry,
It could be a cat, a dog.
can be.
Emotional support animal.
Yeah.
Because this industry, this entrepreneur life is it's not simple, right?
It's a lonely journey as well. As well. So you need to find someone that understands, find a good circle.
Yes, definitely. So don't be alone.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we have a question from the viewer. This is from Nur Farah Hana Muhammad Fuad, and she asked, if y'all had the chance to go for a different course, which one would you go for? If you could go back in time and change something else, would you do it?
For me, I personally, I think choosing advertising design as my majoring is the best decision ever for me. I don't know about, Puteri, I'm not sure, but for me, I enjoyed every classes that I went through. So I don't think I'm going to take any other courses if I were to turn back time. But if MMU nak kasih chance belajar lagi, mungkin lah I ambil other courses. But personally, I'm really satisfied lah with my degree course. Yeah, no regrets.
Right.
Double degree, let's go.
Double degree. MMU nak sponsor, hit me up.
All right, let's hear from Miss Puteri, because she was a bit like, oh, just now when I asked her, it's like, spill.
I don't know. I mean, if I could turn back time, oh man, I don't want to be anything else. I mean, if I were to actually take performing arts, I don't think I can go far, because whatever, like what Ain said, whatever MMU teaches you is like, it's more than just what you want. It's what you need. It's like, what if what you want doesn't work? It's okay. You know other things that you can say for yourself. So I'm like, maybe not. maybe I would still take animation.
Oh, okay. All All right,
That
those are
shows how
both
good
great
MMU
answers.
are.
Yeah, that really does. If anyone
Yeah.
watching, go and enroll now. What more do you need to convince you?
Yeah.
Okay, for the next question, the last question we have from Aznah binti Cekwan. Any advice to fresh graduates looking for jobs?
Looking for jobs.
Yeah, looking for jobs.
Okay. For me, my experience, I never worked with anyone postgraduate, but I have, what do you call it? Internships as an experience. So for me, but this is just a advice for me. If you were to like apply for a job, make sure you prepare your portfolio, especially for creative students. Your art portfolio is your, how do I say, your senjata, your senjata, or your
Your weapon.
yes,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
that's how you
weapon,
wow
yeah.
people. No matter how good your interview are, how good you talk, but if your art portfolio is not strong enough, they won't consider you, because for creative industry they will look at your skills and also your work portfolio first. Because based on my experience, I've hired designers as well, so I've went through hundreds of resumes, and I put myself in their shoes as well, because I'm a graphic design student, I'm a design student as well, so I know what I'm looking for. So as someone who's looking for a creative person, I want to look at what you can do first. You need to, don't depend on your FYP projects. Please don't just rely on your FYP project. Please, that is a big no, because a lot of resumes that I receive, they only put their FYP projects. So you might have, a huge growth from that, and then you depend on that. So it doesn't really show the current you. So make sure you work on your independent projects. Just do anything like independent projects, edit something, do your own cartoon that you create yourself out of university, and then put it on your portfolio. Show what you can do. You are more than just what you learn in MMU. So that's really important. Yeah, that's from my side lah, as someone who goes through resume and being a design student as well. That is my point of view. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Let's hear from
Puteri.
moderators. Are you there? Yeah. Hello? Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we're back. Okay, cool. What was the question? Oh yeah. Okay. For
Any advice
animation.
for fresh graduates?
Okay, for animation, if you want to join animation, okay, one thing about animation nowadays, we prefer to hire someone who's, like I said, who is good at more than one thing. For example, this person A is really good at modeling, just modeling, and this person B is okay at modeling, texturing, rigging. This person is better. We would take this person because during this pandemic, it's really difficult. We will push you around, like okay, you do here and then you do that. It's bad, yes, but at this trying times, we really need to survive. So if you are all rounded, it's really good. It's better. It's like how back when I worked in this previous company, they hire me as a pre-production under pre-production. But at times pre-production don't really have much stuff and they need help, like they need a lot of help in texturing department. Since I know how to texture, I can help. So yeah, that's why they start looking for those kind of people. And that's why they take MMU, because we are, we know.
Yeah.
Multi-talented, multi-skilled.
We're multi-talented, yeah.
All right. So advice that we got was basically build up your portfolio and also work on all your skills, right?
Yes.
All right. So we have one last question from Cik Pacho Mel again. And it's asking, if you wish you could collab with any other brand or anyone, who would you choose?
Okay.
Anyone in general, any brand.
All right. If for me personally, I wanted to work with Disney.
Ooh.
Imagine.
Oh my god.
That's like my dream. I have a big dream. That is a big dream. So I hope I could get there one day. And in terms of person or an artist, maybe someone like
Ariana Grande, maybe, dream big. You need to dream big.
Dream big, yes, dream big.
It seems impossible, but Yuna was once impossible to me, back when I was 19, and then it happened. So, dream big. It might manifest it. And
Yes, manifestation.
the next thing you know,
always.
you're collaborating with a big.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, from Miss Puteri, is there anyone that you'd like to work with?
Oh,
Or
okay.
anyone or like anything animation company? Anything?
Collaborations.
Yeah, collaboration.
Collaborations. Oh my gosh, I never really think about it, but yes, Disney's on our mind, right? like it would be so nice if Poggo Cat could be on Disney,
Mm-hmm.
or either that or just some Korean shows, Korean channels also would be fine. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That one is for Pogo Cat. But if you
Mhm.
were to, because we don't plan to just make Pogo Cat and that's it, Gulong Tika, Tutuk Kedayan. No, we also want to make other shows as well. But I this is a personal thing. I never really talked to my team about it, but I really want to make a show with I don't know whether you know him, but he's really big. But it's okay. It's good. It's okay to dream big. You know Lin-Manuel Miranda. He makes
I'm not sure.
awesome songs. He wrote Hamilton. He wrote Moana. The
Yeah.
Oh, Moana.
Yeah, I would like to make a show that he would make at least one of the songs for my show. Oh, that would be amazing.
I mean, who knows, right?
I mean, who knows? Manifestation.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, come on, you can dream of Ariana Grande. I can dream of
Yeah.
dream big.
Yeah. Definitely dream big. Always dream big.
yeah. Just like Miss Ain said just now, like she never thought of like Yuna collaborating with her, like, but
Yeah.
You never know. Maybe you'll
Because-
look back on this interview
That's
and be
true.
like,
Yeah.
you're working with
Yeah.
them already. You know?
I'll be back,
Like,
yeah.
2 years.
Because like 5 years ago, I went to Yuna's concert. I gave her the first product of Kisses by WF. And I said, I wish one day I could collaborate with her. And then 2020 happened. And, you never expect things. So just dream big.
you don't know when.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, maybe after this.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys heard it from Miss Ain and Miss Sabrina. Thank you so much to Miss Ain and Miss Sabrina. We're very grateful to sit here and listen to your inspiring stories as women
You're welcome.
standing strong in the industry, especially in this creative industry, right? We've learned so much, and we're so happy that we're able to share this and with the audience as well. I would like to thank to those who are listening for tuning in to our channel right now, and of course for Faculty of Creative Multimedia MMU for having us.
We would like to announce that this is also the last episode for season 1 of Student Tanya Alumni Jawab. We're very thankful to everyone for staying with us these past few weeks. Also, a big thanks to our hardworking behind-the-scenes staff to their dedication in the first season of Student Tanya Alumni Jawab. All right, those of you who are still interested in starting your uni life here at Faculty of Creative Multimedia, we wish you all the best and we can't wait to meet you. I'm Althea.
And I'm Ijas.
And good
Good
night.
night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.